Let's make some shawarma together. This is my first time making shawarma at home, even though I've been buying, but I watched a few videos to get to this point or to be able to make it, so I would know what to get and how to do it. So I basically got cabbage, carrots, chicken, some frankfurters, and then I got ketchup and mayonnaise. That was basically all that was needed, except for the condiments that I used to season the proteins. That's the chicken and the frankfurters. So what I did was that I washed all ingredients thoroughly and cleaned them out, and then I shredded the cabbage and the carrots with my food processor. So that's faster and more efficient. While I was doing that, I already seasoned the protein with stock cube. I think I added some salt, and then I used pepper soup spice. Yes, because that has a lot of condiments already processed in it, so it just covered for everything that was not readily available. Then I let it marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour. I didn't really check the time, but that's about the period, because that's about the time that I would marinate my proteins for ordinarily. So what I did was to air fry the chicken and then the frankfurters, and it came out really well, really tasty and tender. While I was at it, I had lunch because this was not a main meal, and my house people that we were going to enjoy together had not come, so I just prepared the ingredients so that we could make or wrap it much later. So later, when it was time to wrap, all we had to do was to mix the ketchup and the mayonnaise together for a base cream. Now, if you have burger cream, I learned in one of the videos that I saw that it's a perfect substitute for mixing mayonnaise and ketchup. But if you do not have it, you can just use mayonnaise and ketchup like I did. All I had to do was layer the ingredients. You can do it in any order, but I was just trying to recreate what I had been eating. I think this is the correct order. So after mixing the ketchup and mayonnaise, I mixed it into the cabbage and carrots mixture, because I had mixed the cabbage and carrot together. So I mixed it into it, for a smooth, is it slurry I'm going to call it, or filling, for a smooth filling. And then all I had to do was layer the rest. So I just tried to recreate what I think I've been eating. You can do it in any particular way that suits your fancy. So what I did was that I, just smeared the pita bread. Oh, I forgot to mention that you have to buy pita bread. That's like the most important ingredient after all. So this one is extra thick. It has 2 layers already, each one, so there was no need to double it. It was really thick and it was really good. You could even eat it alone. Its pita bread is really good and quite cheap. So what I did was that I would smear it in the middle, then add some chicken, add some cabbage and carrot mixture, add a frankfurter, add some more cabbage and carrots, and then fold it or wrap it like so. So I repeated the process till I ran out of frankfurters, because there was still more mixture of cabbage and carrot, which we had to store in the freezer and eat much later. But it was really good. I think I got about 6 or 7 pieces at the end. It was getting too much, especially for the number of people that were going to consume it. So I just had to pause, and we had to stow away the rest of the ingredients and use it for other purposes. But I think it was a major success. So when I had finished doing everything, I held my pan and I tried to toast the bread a bit. I think I took too long for the first one because the pita bread then hardened, which it's not supposed to do. So you should just toast it lightly. You can actually eat it like that or microwave it, but because the ones we buy always have those griddle lines to show that it's been toasted lightly. So it just needs light toasting. It shouldn't spend too much or too long. It shouldn't spend too long on the fire, or it's going to be hardened. So that was about it, and that's the last one. I ran out of frankfurters. I did not even use all the chicken that I had marinated and air fried, but when I just thought that it's enough, it's already a successful experiment, I just paused and then I wrapped the last one without a frankfurter because I had only brought out about 5 or 6 frankfurters from the pack. It was a major success. Everyone loved it, and I think I'm gonna make it again. Definitely gonna make it again. A caveat to this is that you can actually wrap it however you see fit. You'd notice that the ones we buy almost always leave the ends open, but I folded the ends in because that's the most recent video I had watched before making this particular one.